Hey y'all, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to my channel. My name is Amber and we need to talk. Okay, come here. We need to have a conversation. Okay, let's talk about these fake friends. All right, it's about high time we talk about it. Let's get into it because yeah, I dealt with fake friends. I'm pretty sure you dealt with fake friends. I think we all dealt with fake friends. So it's about time we deal with it. We can nip it in the bud so everybody can heal and we can move on with our life, because some people let it debilitate them, but we won't, right? We're rising above the occasion. We're gonna do something different, period. We're not gonna let this hold us down. But we keep seeing news stories over and over and over again about these girls. You know, they're going out of town with their friends, and then they finding out their friends ain't really their friends. You know, there was a young lady a few months ago, as we all remember, where she had a couple of friends. They all went out of town. Whoop-de-wop that. For her birthday, if I'm not mistaken, for her birthday, and it ended up costing her her life. And I feel like in the season that we're in, the season that we're moving into with this new year, it's time for us to really start our journeys to the embetterment of our health and ourselves, and really looking at the things that serve us and that don't. Okay, and some of these friends, let's just be real, they're just not genuine, authentic. They're just not real, and a lot of them hold us back. And it's time we talk about it, you know, and it's time we just really get the air clear. You know, I'm just here to share my experiences and share what I've been through to possibly help another person and be able to spot the red flags in a friend. And I'm really just going off the top of my head, so please forgive me if I can get scattered or all over the place. That's just who I am. That's me, and I'm just being myself. So if you like it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Alright, so for me, off the top of my head, what I could think of, the #1 red flag for a friend is someone who is in competition with you, okay? Now, this can manifest in many different ways. You can have friends that, you know, they want to see what you wearing before you go out. You got friends that be like trying to peep and get into your love life and see what your man look like, stuff like that. And let's always remember, and I'm gonna put it like this for you, a code you don't always know you got a code, right? And that's the same thing with fake friends or fake relationships or whatever the case may be. You know, when you have fake people around you in the beginning of anything, they always are going to be able to know how to pretend. But there is some type of psychology form or some type of form that tells you, even in dating relationships, it takes a good 3 months to actually be able to take the mask off of somebody and see who they really are. But sometimes it's even harder to see who people really are, even after a certain amount of time, especially if you haven't healed from your own trauma and your own pain. So one of the first signs for me is competition. Your friend may be in competition when y'all go out to the club. You know, if you dance and your friend gotta dance harder. Like, seriously, y'all, I didn't dealt with it all. Like, your friend go dancing, your friend want to dance, you invite a dude to a party, and your friend want to dance and be all sexy in front of the dude you invited. Like, you gotta peep little signs. It's time for us to like really wake up and peep out even the littlest signs. Like, okay, yeah, my friend might be a little bit of a hater, you feel me? Definitely competition about what you wear, about how you look, how you do your hair. Okay, and they're always going to be watching you, you know, watching what you're doing, looking to see what you're doing, you know what I mean? And the competition, a part of it, can get a little obsessive. Sometimes they'll be like, you know, is it dude checking for her? Like, is it dude checking for her? Like, I've had friends to tell me in the past, of course, frenemies, now that I know better, you know what I mean, tell me in the past, like, oh, I'll be so mad if you get married before me. Like, oh, like, no, we gonna have to fight over him, he fine, we gonna have to fight. And it's just like, hey, like, if we're friends, I want you to do good. I want you to do better. Even if you're doing better than me, I'm happy for you. I'm excited. I'm standing behind you. But they be low-key slick haters, and that's how you really can know that you have a hating friend, a friend that is in competition with you, because they're always going to be comparing and contrasting you to themselves, knowingly or unknowingly to you. And it's important to also peep the conversations that people are having, whether you're in the room or out of the room. A lot of times, these fake people, they'll expose themselves on their own just by what they say. So it's very important to listen and speak less. And that's what we really need to implement this year, is to listen more and speaking less, because people put themselves in a hole, and you can find out who somebody really is just by certain words that they do around you. Okay, another thing that I'm thinking about is fake friends will definitely manifest in like copying off of you. Like, that's why I said the competition thing. If you do your hair a certain way, you wear your nails a certain way, your eyelashes a certain way, and they feel like you get more attention than them, or you gaining more followers than them, or this and that, they'll start copying off of you. They'll start doing the things that you do to try to match you or get that same attention. Instead of trying to meet you on your level, boss up, and go about their own way, they don't know who they are most of the time, so they try to kind of like copycat or imposter somebody else, and they usually do it with their friends. Okay, and they'll start dressing like you, talking like you. You know, it's different when you're around a person. You get their lingo, you know, you get to moving kind of how they move. But it's more so like they're literally taking on the embodiment of you. Now, not every fake friend will do this, but a lot of the fake friends that are real life bitter and haters, and they really don't know who they are, and they don't have a sense of identity, you'll see them like, child, it would be like, okay, you the Power Rangers girl, because why are you metamorphosizing? Why are you changing like this? Like, you powering up or something? Like, why did you change? Like, this whole person, you could meet a person and they this way, and then you meet them, next thing you know, they like listening to the music you listen to. They trying to date the dudes you dating, or they looking at the dudes you dating. Like, you gotta peep, y'all. We gotta be vigilant, because these fake people will slide up. It's just like, I'll be honest, it's just like Adam and Eve and the serpent in the garden, y'all, for real. Like, they'll slither their way in, and like, I'm laughing at it now, but to be honest, if the females that I was around was really low down and dirty, I could have easily been like, oh girl. Or we could, you know, even y'all could have easily been like, oh girl, you know what I mean? And this going back to high school. I kid you not. Like, I'm dang on there touching my 30s, y'all. I'm not there yet, but like, this go back to high school. Girls can be so catty and petty, and the movie Mean Girls is so real. Girls can be so mean to each other when they are unhealed, and we gotta be very, very careful about having these people in our life. If you see a friend starting to copy you, do the things that you do, mock you, do stuff like you, move like you, even if they start like, I'm gonna be real with you, there are some friends that'll date your ex-man. Yeah, I said it. There are some friends that will straight up and down date the dude that you just dated type deal. I've had it happened in my friend circle, y'all. I can't make it up. Like, straight up dating or talking to or in friendship with someone who used to date one of your other friends. That's a no-go. We gotta stick to a girl code. If you don't know what girl code is, go get you some help, okay? Because it's like a generalized code. Like, everybody should know. If we friends, you don't mess with my ex, okay? If we friends, you don't talk about me behind my back. You got a problem with me, come to me about it. Let's work it out. We sisters. Me personally, if we friends, I don't look at you as a friend. I look at you as a sister. When we locked in, hey, ain't no switching up. That's how I feel. But a lot of females don't understand that loyalty, or they don't understand how that go, because they have so much trauma from their childhood that's unhealed. So if you have a friend that's copying you, trying to talk to your exes, trying to get with your exes and stuff like that, y'all cut these females off immediately. Forgive them, wish them the best, God bless them, and move on, because they are not the ones for you, okay? They're not the friends for you, okay? Another thing that I'm thinking about as far as like fake friends, you really gotta peep the mood in the room. You feel me? You really gotta peep like how people moving or their actions, okay? Body language speaks louder than words. I don't care what nobody say, bro. Body language speaks louder than words. If I have a female friend, and every time, y'all, I promise you, I've had so much happen to me before. If you have a female friend and every time you make a comment about something, every time you winning, every time you get good news, every time you get a congratulations, it's your turn to shine, and they big mad about it, you know, you gotta peep people's eyes. They rolling their eyes, they sluggish, they not really excited for you. Even peeping their tone, and you hearing like, oh girl, that's good, like whatever. Or when people be like, oh, okay, look at your little hair, look at your little, ain't nothing little over here, bro, okay? Period. Ain't nothing little over here. Don't call me little nothing. Period. You feel me? When people sit up here and they be like, little this, little that, little this, little that. No. When people downplay your accomplishments, when your fake friends downplay your accomplishments, when your friends downplay, you know, your time to shine, you get into a good relationship, or you just meet a new guy, you excited about it, and they be like, well, girl, I don't know, because the last one. Don't be no hater. Your friend have their own life and own existence outside of you, and their experiences life is different than yours. Everybody lives their life differently. You either support it or you don't. If you don't like the way somebody living, shaking and moving, you can end that relationship peacefully and move on. You do whatever serves you best. But there are some friends you have to be vigilant, y'all, because I'm telling you, it could be very minute things. And especially this, y'all, please hear me when I say this, okay? You have to watch out for when people are going through certain things, how they treat you. If your friend money looking funny, and you got money, you cool, your money look cool, you able to spend your money, you getting your hair done, your nails done, you could just peep that your friend mad about it, or your friend getting a little jealous, or whatever the case, they looking at you funny, they pocket watch. Let me tell y'all something. If one of y'all friends ever pocket watch you, cut her off. That's a big time hater. I don't know why, but money can be the root to all evil. It's the love of money that's the root to all evil, my bad. But some people, when they pockets, I'm telling you, this goes for men too. When your friend or you're dating someone and his money looking funny, or your friend money looking funny, and they start acting weird towards you, you gotta peep that stuff, okay? Because when the people are at an all-time low and they don't have nothing, that's when people show you their real true character. When they don't have nothing, and when they struggling and or going through certain situations in life. And that don't mean you don't give them grace, but at the same time, people don't have a right to project on you. People don't have a right to be projecting on you. If your friend get mad at somebody at work, or they mad at their boyfriend, their mama, their daddy, their friend, their sister, they whatever, they child, okay, and that person is treating you bad, absolutely not. You gotta cut it. I'm cutting it. You feel me? I'm walking away. My peace is way too important to me to be sitting up here with somebody who want to treat me bad and project onto me because they going through a struggle. We all go through struggles. We all go through certain situations. So make sure y'all watch y'all friend body language. Watch how they sitting. Watch it. Do they roll their eyes when you talk? Do they act a certain way when you speaking in a room? When you around, I promise you, I don't know why women certain women who are just like very insecure, when men walk into a room, they change. You gotta watch out for that. Those friends that are boy crazy and all of that, remember, if a friend is boy crazy and they gonna run up behind a man and all of that and do all that, they ain't got no self-esteem, let me tell you, that girl will steal your man. She will steal your money. She probably would try to steal your mama. To be for real with you, your mama probably be gone too. So what I'm saying is, you gotta watch out for their actions. Look at how they're acting, you know what I mean? Watch their words. Look at the smart little reactions, smart little words that they say. And also watch their little actions. If they rolling their eyes and doing all this, or if you say something and your friends always got an inside joke, they leaving you out, baby, them ain't your friends, okay? Your friends will never make you feel like an outsider. You know what I mean? The next thing is loyalty, which we touched on way back when. Is loyalty, okay? Is your friend loyal? Does your friend talk about you behind your back? If you have a group or a circle of friends and you told one of your friends certain information that you know you ain't want to get out to other group members, that's the one that you know you rock with. Certain people click with personalities. So even though you have a group of friends that's like 3 or 4 or 5 people, you might have one person in that group where it's just like, okay, this is like my person, you get what I mean? And they just who I'm close to, our personalities click. If that female all of a sudden tell another one of your friends in your group and then they call you like, oh, hey girl, such and such told me about this. Excuse me? Huh? Like, no. Let me tell you something. When you confide in somebody and you share some personal information with them, look at me. I do not give 2 flying bird, okay, what happened in the relationship. I don't care if we not friends no more. I don't care if you took my man. I don't care if you did any of that stuff to me. Me personally, I'm moving on. If you could take my man, that wasn't my man in the first place. You can have him, sis. Both of y'all have fun. Well, I'm going to go live my best life because you gonna reap what you sow, and so will I. But at the end of the day, if your friends don't have loyalty, if they talking about you behind your back and it get back to you, or they're spreading your information that you confide in them with, even if somebody confide in you with something and you share it to that friend, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be gossiping. That's gossiping. Did y'all know that? When you tell people personal information that they confiding in you about, that's gossiping. You're gossiping about your friend. That's not what we do here. You tell me something in private, I'm going to keep it private, period. I'm not going to let our other friends know. And you know, I'm not going to say I'm perfect or anything, or I haven't done this, because sometimes you do get concerned about your friends and you be like, hey, I think something going on. I feel like that's different when you like genuinely concerned about their safety and you like, hey girl, I think something's going on with such and such, versus more so, oh girl, did you hear? It's all about intention and what you do something for, and the purpose and the reason. You feel me? And certain people just like to gossip and spread other people's business, and it's none of your business to be spread in the first freaking place. Girl, quit playing with me. Do not spread my business. That you're not a friend at that point. Loyalty, okay? Is your friend going to go stand in the face of your crush? Do you have a crush on a guy and your friend know you got a crush on a guy, or guys, your friend know you got a crush on a girl or whatever you like? You know what I mean? And your friend is up in your crush's face? No. Absolutely not. That's not what we do. Go find your own crush. Go find your own person to like, okay? Why we gotta share? I don't like sharing. I don't like sharing, okay? I'm not Karen. I do not like sharing, okay? But anyway, seriously, look at their loyalty. Are they going to go be friends with one of your enemies? Are they joining together and conspiring against you? Are they friends with one of your enemies? And you like, hold on, that girl just cussed me out last week and you friends with her? Absolutely not. So you have to be discerning, and you have to watch people's intention and actions and loyalty. If somebody ain't loyal to another friend, or they wasn't loyal to a friend in the past, and they haven't gone through a healing process, 9 times out of 10 that person ain't finna be loyal to you. Okay, don't expect loyalty from a dog that don't know that they a dog. I don't know where that came from, but it makes sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, dogs are loyal, but if the dog don't know it's a dog, then it might not know it's supposed to be loyal. You know what I mean? I don't know, but the moral of the story is, if you question your friend's loyalty towards you, whether it's them messing with your man, them messing with, or them trying to be cool with somebody that's the op. And that's not to say people can't have choice with who they be friends with. But if you've been friends with me first, and we already established a relationship, there's no need for you to run up behind a whole nother female that you already know don't like me. And I shared my secrets with you. Oh, no. Absolutely not. Okay? The next thing would be social media, y'all. Oh my gosh. Social media. Do y'all have one of those friends that you know y'all got a problem? You know it. You be like, girl, I know we got an issue, because we got into it a little bit. Like, you know, y'all ain't get into it enough to end a friendship, but you know you got into it a little bit with them. You have to watch the friends who won't speak up for themselves. I just gotta be honest. And I'm not talking about the friends who are meek and a little shy and they don't know how to speak up for them. No, I'm not talking about the introverts and they got social anxiety and all that. Y'all excuse, okay? I'm talking about the people who have a voice to speak and they don't use it, and instead they hold grudges. Okay, you have to watch bitterness and resentment and strife, okay? Because it is like a darkness that grows in your heart. And if you and your friend are able to compromise and work negative situations out, okay, there's gonna be arguments, there's gonna be, you know, bumping heads at some point in time in any relationship, whether it be healthy or not. You feel me? Like, healthy relationships, you know, you may butt heads from time to time, but it's about how you do it. How does your friend argue with you? Does your friend call you a bald head scallywag, ain't got no hair in the back B when she mad at you? If she does that, she don't deserve you as a friend, because should nobody ever talk to you like that, period. Does your friend cuss you out? How do y'all argue, and how do y'all work through y'all differences? That's what matters. If your friend goes to social media and instead of coming to you and telling you she got a problem with you, but instead she runs to social media and vents or sends subliminals, that's not your friend. That is a red flag. If you aren't adult enough to work out your situation with someone else, then you might need to just go to therapy and work on your inner childhood trauma. There should be no way that a grown-up to a grown-up, even if you're a teenager, that a teenager to a teenager can't be mature enough to come to one another and say, hey, like, our last conversation really didn't make me feel very good. And you want to use I feel statements, right? Like, it didn't make me feel very good. I didn't like the fact we argued. Like, I really want to hash this out. If you really are a loyal, loving, dedicated, abundant, and positive friend, you want to work through all those situations that are negative because you care and you value your friendship. You have to see the value in yourself first to be able to see the values in others. And that's what I'm saying. It's so important for us to learn these red flags and to know who is really our real friends and who are frenemies, because frenemies shouldn't trauma bond with people. You know what I mean? If these people have certain things going on and you see the pain that's inside of them, don't try to fix them. You are not Fix-It Felix and you are not Build-A-Bear, honey. Okay? You send them people on their merry way and you tell them, you know, I suggest you get help. And if somebody don't like that, then they don't need to be around you in general, because I should be able to tell you the truth about how I feel and what I see in my observation. If I needed some help and I needed somebody to tell me, hey, like, you were wrong in this situation, you know, let's work this out. Or I was wrong in this situation, let's work this out. Or like, let's talk about it, or whatever the case may be. Or hey, you need to go get some therapy. I want a friend to tell me, like, hey, I think, you know, from everything that you've been through, like, I think getting therapy will be important. And let's start making therapy between friends normalized, okay? If you've been friends with somebody for 15 years, by all means, I don't want you to throw away a 15-year relationship, but y'all can't stay the same way y'all was 15 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. If a relationship isn't growing, then it's dead. And if a relationship isn't growing, then it's just weighing you down and holding you back, okay? And it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to your friend. You really ought to, you know, take the time out, start journaling, start praying, get you some type of schedule, dedicate yourself to something higher than yourself, God, okay? And really, like, start to put the work in on yourself. A lot of females are traumatized by a lot of these relationships, okay? And I don't think men realize how much they do traumatize women and how much they can affect women's emotional health. And especially being in traumatic relationships, or just having trauma in general, it can definitely hinder you from being able to see things clearly. But that don't mean you have to stay stagnant and stuck right there where you are. You can heal. You can go through a healing process. Is it easy? By all means, no. And it's a process that you're gonna have to go through every day of your life. But learn your triggers, period. Learn your triggers, learn what bothers you. And you don't know what your triggers are until you get around people. Learn your triggers, become mindful, start to become more aware of what's going on, so you can realize when you're projecting, or you can realize when you're hurt, and you can express those feelings. And also start feeling your body. Do you feel tense? You know you're getting angry. Is your heart start beating fast? You know you're anxious. Really start understanding your body more and how you feel, so you can release all those negative tensions and emotions in your body. Because negative emotions and emotions can cause sickness, and people don't realize that anger is probably the #1 cause of death, and stress, because anger causes stress, and anger causes anxiety, and it can cause cardiac arrest. And that's one of the #1 causes of death in the United States is cardiac arrest. And most men have cardiac arrest because of stress, because most men don't know how to process emotion through their body and release negative emotions from themselves. So it's all about really just discovering who you are to be the best version for you, to show up for other relationships, including friendships. And if you have negative friends around you that don't want to uplift you and see you in a positive light or view, then you might need to go ahead and let them go. There's nothing wrong with releasing people. If they're obsessing over you or doing anything, if they start to you know, get mad or upset because you don't want to be their friend anymore, and they start lashing out at you, I'm telling you, y'all, when you walk away from somebody and you dead a relationship, or you cut it off and you done with someone and you wash your hands of them, you'll be surprised the true colors that begin to come out of a person when you decide to walk away from them and peace out. They will show you the ugliest side of them sometimes. So you do have to prepare yourself for that. But if you got to call the police, you got to get a restraining order. I pray that, and I pray that doesn't happen over none of you. But sometimes it does happen, and this is just reality. This is meant to teach you a lesson and for you to grow and not make the same mistakes. And when you cut a female off or a friend off, like, just keep them cut off. Don't allow them to come back in your life, right? And just keep them where they at. And I really just hope you get something from this, so you're able to really realize who for you and who's not for you. And we could all just work together to vibe better, be better, and be more abundant in light. You feel me? And I wish that upon all of you. So please like this video. I love y'all so much, and peace.